Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share with you my top 10 elegant fragrances that I have currently in my fragrance collection. So if you are looking for this scent that will just elevate your outfit, or you are looking for a fragrance that will just make you feel put together and effortlessly chic, then this video is definitely for you. But before we start, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura, and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. I have a lot of top 10 lists as well as reviews on new releases, hyped fragrances. I will leave all the playlist in the description down below. I will highly appreciate it if by the end of this video you found it helpful or you enjoyed it, to give me a thumb up. That will help me a lot. And without further ado, let's start. Let's start with the brand that we associate with elegance, and that is Chanel. Of course, Chanel has a reputation of being a little bit, targeted toward mature audience, but in my opinion, they have actually a lot of fragrances that are very modern and also targeted toward more younger generations. Of course, the Chance line is the one that comes to mind, but in today's video, I'm going to share with you the fragrance that I would say is the most elegant from this category, and it is Gabrielle Essence. This is a fruity floral. So it's a little bit sweet, it's floral, very happy and outgoing fragrance, but still has a lot of elegance and class to it. I do prefer the essence to the original one, and I always recommend this one over the original because it has more complexity and it's just well balanced. A beautiful scent that I would recommend for all ages. It's a signature worthy scent, something that I actually usually wear when I just want to elevate my look. I don't know what is about Chanel, but this brand in particular, whenever I use any of their fragrances, I just feel a little bit more put together. It's the same case for, of course, their flankers that came out this year. This is Chanel Gabrielle Low. It's the most elegant, fresh, happy fragrance I have ever smelled. It's so beautiful and I'm so obsessed with it. But the longevity is really bad on this fragrance. It's very light. It was the perfect fragrance for me to wear in the summer, in the morning, when I'm just starting my day. It just elevated my whole day, believe it or not. But it has really bad performance, and this is why I am sticking to recommending Gabrielle the Essence. Don't get me wrong, I still love Low and I would repurchase it. Next one is not a surprise to anyone. This is Chanel Coco Eau de Parfum. I love this scent. But this one is a little bit mature, I get it. But if I have to choose one Chanel fragrance that for me is the best from the private collection or from the regular collection, this is it. This is a soft oriental fragrance with spices and amber tones and floral. It's one of these fragrances that just smell amazing, but you cannot pinpoint what you are smelling. And this is exactly for me what makes Chanel so special, because the majority of their fragrances I feel fall in this category. Yes, you may smell one particular note, but I can't pinpoint more than one or two notes in their fragrances. They're just beautifully done. And this is not an exception, has amazing performance and I love it. No one talks about this fragrance, maybe because it's a fragrance that was released back in the 80s, but for me, this is the best from Chanel. Last fragrance from Chanel I am actually wearing today, and it is from the private collection. It is 1932. This is a bouquet of the most beautiful florals. It's so elegant. If you know Cartier Cara from Cartier, it has the same vibe. They are not similar fragrances, but to me they have the same vibe. I don't have the notes memorized, but this fragrance to me smells like a bouquet of wild flowers, but without the green touch. So it's not jasmine or orange blossom or any of your typical flowers that are in a fragrance. This is more unique white flowers, beautiful and demure, elegant fragrance. I love it. It has been now on my wish list since I tested it way back, I think 2 years ago. It's only the price tag that I'm not a fan of. So I am still looking for a deal on this fragrance. A very, very underrated gem from the private collection from Chanel. Next, I have a fragrance from a brand, again, that we always associate with classiness and elegance, and it is Dior. But if I have to choose one fragrance that really is elegance in a bottle from Dior, it is J'adore L'Or. This is the flanker that was created by Francis Kurkdjian last year. And this is exactly the opposite of 1932. So here you have your typical flowers that you would find in a perfume. So jasmine, orange blossom, rose. Not groundbreaking, but it's so beautifully blended and very, very strong fragrance. So again, another difference between 1932 and this one. This is a very strong floral fragrance. It lasts long and projects very much. So it's not as easygoing as Gabrielle Essence or 1932. It is a masterpiece in my opinion. Francis Kurkdjian did really a great job with the DNA of J'adore in this flanker. A little bit of a mature scent from Dior is from the private collection, and it is Gris Dior. This is the Chypre fragrance. Again, a masterpiece. It's rose and oak moss. You know, the typical composition of Chypre. And don't be fooled by this fragrance. So when you smell it up close and you smell it on yourself, it has a different effect than in the air. I love it also up close. It's not an issue for me, but in the air, it's just so alluring, such an alluring scent. People will ask you what you are wearing. And if you have noticed, also some YouTubers who are quite young love this fragrance. And it is for a reason. Don't worry, not all the fragrances on their list are florals. But the next one is again a fragrance that I just associate with a lady, you know, someone that is extremely elegant and put together, walking in the streets of Milan. I don't know, I have always this picture in my head, and it is Honor from Amouage. If you love gardenia, this is the perfect gardenia fragrance. It's creamy, it's elegant, it's very opulent, very, very strong fragrance. And like all Amouage fragrances, has a great performance. So you don't need much of this one. And I always wear this fragrance during summer, spring, when I'm wearing something a little bit more elegant, like white and white, a blazer, a white blazer. I don't know. I always associate, like the bottle, this fragrance was wearing something white. I also wear this one when I am wearing an outfit, again, white and white during winter. Oh my God, I love this look. And this is just the fragrance for it, in my opinion. A gorgeous gardenia fragrance. And it doesn't have like this green touch. Like in the opening, you get a little bit of the green touch that gardenia has, but then it just becomes a creamy, but not sweet, a creamy gardenia fragrance. Now, for those who love tuberose, I have another fragrance that is creamy, but a little bit sweet from the private collection from Yves Saint Laurent. This is Supreme Bouquet. I was never a fan of tuberose until I've tested this fragrance. The sweetness comes here from ylang ylang, which is a yellow flower that gives creamy sweetness to especially white floral fragrances. I have a lot of fragrances that are a combination of some kind of a white flower with ylang ylang. I love this combination. It just takes the edge off like this indolic nature of tuberose, and it's so beautiful. It's not an indolic fragrance by any means, but it is loud. This is something that I would wear, I don't know, to a fancy restaurant, going out, I don't know, to the theater, a little bit of a fancy outing. It's not something that I would wear during the day, and I just love this one. I would have never guessed that I would fall in love with a tuberose fragrance as much as am in love with Supreme Bouquet. And the woody nose just adds this touch of elegance and also gives dimension to this fragrance. So the difference between the way this one smells and Supreme Bouquet is not only the flower. This is more one-dimensional. It's a great fragrance, but it's one-dimensional and something that I can wear during the day and also during the night, don't get me wrong. While this one is a little bit more complex and also more suitable, as I said, for the evening, for something a little bit fancy, at least for me. So, Supreme Bouquet from Yves Saint Laurent from Le Vestiaire collection. Speaking about ylang ylang, so a tropical note, for me, the most elegant summer fragrance that has a tropical touch is, of course, Tom Ford Solay Blanc. It cannot get better than that. I don't know what is about this fragrance. I mean, if you read the notes, you will not imagine something so elegant. This is something that you would wear on a yacht, like an expensive resort. It's so beautiful, complex. It has a touch of tropical, a touch of nuttiness, a touch of floral, and again, a masterpiece in my opinion. When we speak about summer fragrances, so a little bit of fresh or tropical fragrances, I find it quite difficult to find an elegant one, but this did it. Tom Ford Solay Blanc is the best in this category, hands down. Another note that I associate with elegance when done right is musk. And of course, when I speak about musk, I have to speak about Narciso Rodriguez. And there are a lot from this brand that I would categorize as elegant fragrance, classy fragrances. But if I have to choose one, you know what I'm going to choose. Musk Noir Rose. I would have included also Poudre, which is an extremely elegant fragrance, but it's not as versatile. While this one, extremely beautiful, well-balanced fragrance between the musk, the floral. It has a little bit of sweetness from the vanilla and the plum. And again, a masterpiece in my opinion, and you can wear it anytime, anywhere. Signature worthy scent. I think you are all tired of how many times I speak about this fragrance, but it is so versatile that I can practically put this one in almost any video. Trust me, it's so beautiful and would highly recommend it. Even if you don't like the musk from Narciso, it's not as poudre as the ones that are in the cubes that are very heavy on the musk. This is more friendly. And also, when I got this fragrance, it had really bad performance. I was always complaining about the longevity and sillage on this one. Guess what? It just needed to macerate. This is now almost a beast when it comes to performance. I mean, it lasts and projects. There was a while where I didn't use it, and when I returned, I just sprayed my usual amount of this fragrance because I was expecting, you know, the weak longevity and sillage. Oh my god, I choked people. So if you got this one and you were disappointed by the longevity and sillage, just wait a little bit, it will get better with time. Next, I have two vanillas, and I could have included more, but I thought two is enough. The first one is, of course, Spiritus Double Vanille from Guerlain. Now, this is the old bottle. To my knowledge, the fragrance didn't change, they just changed the packaging, and Guerlain makes the best vanilla. So you cannot go wrong with any vanilla that comes from Guerlain. When they did the Millésime edition for Shalimar with focus on vanilla, it was amazing. I wouldn't recommend Shalimar, but that one, unfortunately, is limited edition. This is why I didn't include it in this video. And this is not your sweet bakery vanilla. It is a sweet fragrance, don't get me wrong. And this is why I ignored even testing this fragrance for a long time. But when I tested it, it was love at first sniff. It has a sweetness, but it's very airy and soft, just like a cloud. And it's quite simple, actually. It's not a very complex fragrance, but the way this fragrance diffuses also in the air, and it's just amazing. This is an expensive cashmere sweater to me. Oh, so beautiful. Highly recommend it. And don't be fooled by the name. It's not too sweet at all. As I said before, gourmand, sweet edible fragrances, I do not really associate with elegance. So next fragrance is the one that comes to my mind when I think about elegant or chic fragrances. Christian Louboutin Louis Rouge. Ignore the bottle. The scent. The scent is just magical. A vanilla fragrance, but it's not very loud or sweet. It has cardamom, so it has a little bit of sweetness. It has also an iris note, which gives it a bit of powderiness, and everything is not too much. So very well balanced, and it's just so effortlessly chic. People will take you seriously, not in a bad way, when you wear this fragrance. Trust me. It gives you the right amount of sillage, so you have a scent bubble for people to smell you at the right distance. Again, something that I associate with elegance. This is the most elegant fragrance in my collection. I have two honorable mentions. One of them is again a Chanel. What can I do? It's just the brand to go to when you are looking for this scent profile. This is not number 5. This is number 5 low. A lot of people don't test this fragrance because they know how number 5 smells like and they don't want that. And also some people get put off by the opening because of the aldehydes. This is not number 5. This is a modern take on number 5. And you get this number 5 effect more in the opening. This fragrance after half an hour becomes so beautiful, clean, floral, and I would say it's a fragrance that would be enjoyed by all generations if they give it the chance. It's the name and also the opening, so I get it, but trust me, it is definitely very, very, very modern, especially if you are looking for an elegant summer fragrance that is not, you know, fruity. You just want to smell clean and fresh. This is the fragrance for you. The next one is from Sicily. This is IIA La Nuit. Also IIA, the original one, is beautiful, but this one has more bite to it. This is a dark gothic rose. This is a fragrance for the Baroness in Cruella movie. I imagine her wearing this fragrance. It has this very ruthlessness about it. Very difficult to explain how this fragrance smells. It's just a very dark, mysterious rose and also has some sweetness. So it's not one-dimensional. Again, I don't remember the notes, but to me, I smell something a little bit berryish. And it's one of the fragrances that I would say you have to test on your skin, because sometimes this berryish sweetness comes a little bit more on some skins than others. So another very serious rose fragrance that smells extremely unique. And there you have it. This is the most elegant fragrances that I have in my collection currently. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. Please tell me in the comments down below, what is your number 1 elegant fragrance? The one that you grab when you want to feel put together. Looking forward to see your comments down below. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.